Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We know that America has a problem, and the problem is the Department of Education, or a big part of the problem is Department of Education. And right now, the Secretary of War has just taken an action to eliminate foreign influence, foreign tampering with young people's brains. More importantly, probably some of the money laundering that's happening in America. The War Department orders the audits of 30 universities with foreign ties. Department of War notified 30 universities. I've got the complete list here. It's going to shock you. Let me know how the audio is. Hit the like and subscribe on this. This story is going to change America. And we know why they got rid of Charlie Kirk, because he went to university campuses. So what we've got here is Section 1286 of fiscal year 19 NDAA. And that was under the Trump administration. They must assess risks of technology transfer and IP theft. We know the Chinese have been stealing technology for years. Right here in Arkansas, they had a Chinese professor that was stealing technology. Undersecretary Emil Michael stressed zero tolerance for partnerships compromising security. Now, I want to show you how far this goes. Here is the Section 1286. The provision of fiscal year 2019, Trump was a fortune teller, okay? The Confucius Institutes, so we know what that is. China, nobody's allowed to talk about China. Affected institutions must complete the reviews, assess sensitive research, report findings to the Department of War by August 31st. So they've got 13 days, 12, about 9 working days. The action follows legislation passed in December of 2024 as part of fiscal year 2025 NDAA. This is going to blow your mind. Let me show you which universities are involved, and I don't think some of them are going to surprise you, but they've been taking billions with a B, buttload of dollars from foreign governments. We know how this foreign influence is happening. We understand now foreign influence is what is ruining our damn country right now. Secretary Pete has immediately ordered the audits on 30 academic institutions. I love this graphic here. Watch what they do here. Oh, you love this? Now you know why they hate him so much? Does it make sense now why they tried to get rid of him first from the Trump administration? He is the first target that they went after. Now, here is the names of the universities, and I hope you understand. Number 1, Georgetown, liberal, right outside of D.C. MIT, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, UT Austin, University of Texas at Austin. Wow, I'm surprised. Emory, Harvard, Oklahoma State, Penn State, they got a lot of problems there. UCLA, University of Cincinnati, Minnesota, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, South Carolina, Southern California, Virginia Tech, Worcester Poly, Bryant, Cornell, Drake, Duke, Illinois Tech, Johns Hopkins, NYU is New York University, Northeastern State, Oklahoma, Portland State, SIU Carbondale, Stony Brook, Delaware, Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Those are the 30 universities that are heavily involved with what I would call laundering foreign money. That's what's happening here. And it gets deeper. Natalie Winters, she says, I found dozens of taxpayer-funded researchers who worked on Pentagon defense projects. Now are you starting to understand how they're getting our technology? Look at this. She goes a little further. This lady, Natalie Winters, you have to follow her. They got busted. This is I don't even know how to say that. Nanometric explosives. It just gets deeper and deeper. Notice all the Chinese. Where was the Wuhan thing again? I forget where Wuhan was. Was that in Texas? No, it wasn't. It was in China. That's in China. And Fang, China. Right. Look at this. I can't even say these Chinese names. But that says, basically this says, if you interpret it, we are screwed. Okay, that's what it means. Because look at this, Stanford. This is how they have been poisoning America's young men and women. That's what's happening. And it's all coming out now. They ran the list as well. Same names that we just read off. This is disgusting. And I think that they need to shut these universities down. Pentagon orders 30 American colleges to audit foreign financial research ties. And you know what kind of ideology they're pushing on all these universities. It's the people that wear the funny hats or the do-rags, the burqas. That's what this is. That's what's happening on all these universities. And I know a lot of America right now is very anti-Semitic. They're very anti-Semitic about, anything they can blame the Jews on. But what about this? Why is nobody wanting to blame the Chinese? That's where the real problem is. Department of War orders 30 universities to audit this. I love everything about this. This is exactly where the problem is. This is exactly what needs to happen. This is how we get some semblance of what I would say accountability back into America. Send your kid to trade school. You're 100% correct. Remember we talked just about a week ago about all of these retired generals that were going to China and cashing checks? Starting to make sense now, isn't it? Technology flowing to the Chinese so they can use it against us. I love this. Even old Slammin' Salmon is upset. Thank you, Slammin' Salmon. Even he's pissed that his Chinese brethren are going to lose some money because that's what's happening. They're basically just laundering money through the university systems. Look at this, the wilted ivy. This is good. Harvard, here we go. Harvard was never the whole story. It was the prototype. Remember when Trump tried to cut all the funding at Harvard and all of these liberal judges stepped in? We've talked about the liberal judges, how they are basically roadblocks for any level of success in the United States. They are impeding any level of accountability. And I'm so glad to see this happen. Listen to even old Brett Baer, he got too much hairspray in his eyes. Listen to what he says.
The War Department is ordering 30 domestic academic institutions to audit their research and financial ties with foreign entities or risk losing further funding. The list includes several prestigious schools such as Harvard, Duke, Johns Hopkins, and MIT. The institutions have until the end of the month to...
This is going to be fun to watch. This is going to be amazing to watch because we know how the money's being used. It's being used against the American people. That's how this money is being used. And Pete Hegseth, now you know why they hate the guy so much. Because he had a plan. And the plan was, and this is all over the news right now. If you know, I live in a university town. Luckily, the University of Arkansas wasn't on there. Doesn't mean that they're not involved in some way. But those are the ones that they're auditing right now, Department of War. This came out today. This is huge. Huge news coming out from the Department of War. We need to get our integrity back. We need to get our privacy, patch the leaks, And we've been paying for a lot of it ourselves. That's the sad damn part. That's the real sad part about this. Look at this. Pentagon probes 30 U.S. academic institutions for potential ties to adversaries. Now, everybody that wants to say blame the Jews, when are we going to start blaming the Chinese? And I've reached a point now where I've basically went full circle. I don't want any countries, number one, getting any money from us whenever we have poor people here in our country. Number two, I don't want these countries that hate us infiltrating our education systems. That's what I'm fed up with. I'm fed up with how this whole thing is working. I want to show you something that's happening now as well. This is a guy that's got some ties to China. This guy's got some ties to China right here. And this guy, I believe, is going to sing like a stool pigeon. This is Fauci's former senior advisor.
A former senior advisor at Dr. Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He's facing charges now for allegedly attempting to hide federal records during the COVID pandemic. His name is David Morans. You actually referred him to the DOJ for criminal prosecution in 2024. What's your reaction to all this, quickly?
I'd say it's about time. He was a top lieutenant to Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci has denied really having a connection to him, but they worked together for 20 years. So there really are some questions about whether or not Moran's illegal activity also may have involved others at NIH. Yeah. There are two unnamed co-conspirators, and I think there may be more in this.
Well, they were trying to keep sensitive information from the public. We deserved to see it then.
This is all connected to China. Every damn bit of it. This is an us versus them op right now. This is us versus them. And I believe this guy is going to sing. Says he faces up to 5 years in prison. Greg's gone. We flushed him. Oh, this will trigger the trolls. I got my hat back. I got my chart. I charged it up again. Let me see if I can turn this thing on. I got to find the right spot. There we go. There we go. That'll piss the trolls off. They hate the sound of freedom. They hate the sound of freedom. This is an us versus them mentality. A lot of you probably have children, have grandchildren, have friends or families that are going to these universities, and all roads lead to China. Sailor spirit, 100% nailed it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. God bless you. I'm so fed up with us blaming Israel when I believe the real problem, I think there's two, maybe three, 2.5. Number one is China. And number two is Russia. And I believe number three is Ukraine. I think that's our real adversaries. I think that's our real problems. I don't hear anything in the news about the people from Israel coming over here and building mosques and taking over Texas. I don't hear that. That's not what I hear. That's not what I see. That's not what I feel. I'm not worried about that group of people. The people I'm worried about are these. Look at this. Iranian state TV has raised $435 to take out our president. $435. That's what they've raised so far. You like this? I love it. $435. Look at that. To take out our president. Now, I can't understand what she's saying, but I want to hear a little bit of it. Oh, that's enough. That was enough of that for me. That's enough for me to hear of that one. But now they're fan funding. They got a give, send, go set up to get rid of our president. It's pretty damn disgusting. Pretty pitiful. We got a lot of stuff coming out tonight in the primaries. Byron Donalds ran away with Florida. It's not even worth covering. The clown James Fishback, for any of the trolls in the chat, he got his anus peppered. That's about as far as I could explain that one. Trump says the Census Bureau confirms over 24,000 non-citizens voted in the 2020 election. 32 million records remain to be analyzed. Starting to look like the guy was right all along. Starts to look like he was right all along. Yeah, we killed their economy. When they could only raise $435, their economy's in the pooper. Here's Fauci's advisor. We'll run through that. I don't really care about that. Now, the other real big one tonight, and I don't know if you've seen this feud unfold, and I really think that Alex Jones has been lying to us for a long time. Alex Jones is now coming out and blaming Tim Pool for taking money from Israel. I don't believe he did. If he did, whatever, I guess. What is this? Bearded veteran biker equals sellout. Who's the sellout? Who's the sellout here? Let's see here. MRDEV. 4 Chinese students caught making explosives and weapons mods at Ontario University. That's disgusting. Oh, okay. We can flush Mr. Devs. There we go. Goodbye, Mr. Devs. Thank you for attending. There we go. But Alex Jones is now making accusations about Tim Pool because Alex's audience has dropped on various platforms. And I believe the real answer for the reason that his audience has dropped is right here by Tim. My honest opinion is that you can't go pro-Trump for 10 years and then Trump critical and be surprised if your audience drops off. Alex is blaming censorship and all this other stuff, but I don't think that's the problem. I don't think Alex's censorship is the problem. He's claiming 90% live viewership drop. I believe it's exactly what Tim says, that you can't just turn on Trump and expect people to still watch this guy. That's what I believe is happening. The same thing that has happened with Marjorie Trader Green, same thing that's happened with Tucker Carlson, with Candace Owens, with all of these people. Now, Tim Pool admits that he met with Netanyahu back in 2025. He admitted it because of all the anti-Semitism. And apparently, Alex said that he took money. I don't think Tim would admit meeting with him if he had taken money from the guy. But that's up to you to decide. But at the same time, I don't really see Alex or any of these other former conservatives talking about the real problem here in America. And I believe the real problem is the mostly peaceful religion. The ones that pray 7 times a day towards Mecca. Listen to this.
Last night I wasn't here. I got late word that I was invited to a private roundtable meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It was under what's called Chatham House rules. For those that are not familiar, this means that you cannot reveal anybody who attended, nor attribute anything to any one individual, as they can deny it, and they would. However, what I love about what the White House is currently doing, when you bring together a bunch of influencers and podcasters who don't know much about journalism culture, whatever you want to call it, not that we respect it tremendously, most people didn't know what Chatham House meant. So with all due respect, it's funny because they bring...
This was over a year ago. And now Alex is grasping for straws and blaming everything on, well, let's just say he's not taking any blame for anything.
I'll be honest with you. I was a little guilty last night when I shot a video.
I think he was on the sauce. I think he had a little bit of booze. That's what I think. And we've all said and done stupid stuff after we've had a few drinks. I know I have. Rest in peace, Frank Beard, ZZ Top drummer. Probably 2012, 2013, I was in a bar, Panama City, Florida. Billy Gibbons, Frank Beard, and Dennis Rodman came in. And we partied like rock stars with ZZ Top and Dennis Rodman. And Frank Beard passed away today, and it made me think that Alex was probably a little deep in the sauce whenever he started running his mouth.
I'll be honest with you. I was a little guilty last night when I shot a video criticizing Tim Pool and pointing out that he secretly met with Netanyahu and admitted he was getting talking points from
It was not a secret. He said it on his own damn show.
Netanyahu to promote basically the war. That was back in April of last year.
April of last year. But that's breaking news now. And Alex has been saying we're going to go to a civil war, World War III, World War X, World War XVII, for about 35 years. And we haven't yet. But I don't know. I used to watch Alex. I used to wake up, I'd hit work, and then I would listen to Rush Limbaugh. And Rush was the voice of America. And then I would turn over and listen to Alex, wherever I could find him on the radio. And Alex really had a way of going after the neocons and the Bilderbergs and the, what's the place with the owl in the woods where they have all the, I forget the name of it. Really, anyway, Alex would go after all these people. He would go after Bill Gates. He would go after Soros, the Bilderbergs. He would go after all of these rich, powerful families. And then suddenly he switched. He started talking about little kids at a school. And he got sued. And now, I don't know what happened to Alex. I don't know if he's fallen off the wagon. I don't know what's going on, but it seems to me that he has aligned himself with Tucker Carlson, with Candace Owens. Candace Owens is the queen of the Democrat Party we talked about last night. Hassan Piker is Bohemian Grove. You nailed it. Thank you. I could not think of the damn place. That was it. Bohemian Grove. In the woods, they worship the owl or something. Woodsy the owl, right? I think is what it was. I've had a lot of beers between now and then. But Alex lost his way. Or maybe he didn't lose his way. But it seems to me that he is now more aligned with the Democrat Party than he is with conservatives. That's just my opinion. I'd love to get yours. If you think Alex is off his rocker, let me know. Somebody says, Alex is the best. Get over it. Tell me, do you agree with Alex Jones? He just called for the president of the United States to get impeached. He called for the president to be impeached. Think about it. Does that make any sense? Everything flipped after Alex met with, I want to say his name is Alexander Dugin. Tell me if you recognize any of these clowns. These are the people I'm worried about right now. The MAGA grifters. Tucker, Marjorie, Candace, the Haji twins, and Alex. This seems like the group that has really lost their way. Alex got financially destroyed and then he sold out. There you go. I think that is comment of the day right
Amen.
there. Comment of the day.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Let me, I don't think, let's see here. Yeah. The grift that Alex has pulled seems to be very much coordinated. That's what it seems to me. And I'm not sure what you think, but it just seems too good too perfectly timed to be normal. That's my thoughts. The Haji twins, I don't know what happened to them either. Right? Why did Tim Pool... Here we go. Alex Jones Live. Why did Tim Pool meet secretly? It wasn't a secret. Was not a secret at all. But, you know, apparently Tim has a secret recording, or it's not a secret, it's a voicemail, a voice memo that Alex left for Tim regarding Candace Owens. And to me, that could be very destructive for Alex. Now, here's something that's interesting, is Alex Jones did an interview with a guy by the name of Alexander Dugin. This guy right here is Putin's mentor. And I think what you're seeing is more real time information of who Alex is working for, or who Alex has worked for. That's what I'm starting to put together. I'm the reason you don't have rap music blasting. I'm the root of Mexican Revolution and the Arab Spring. My brothers betrayed me. Who is this? Jim Burns? Who's Jim Burns? Let me find Jim Burns. I got to see these comments by Jim. Jim Burns. Who is this? I'm the reason you don't have rap music blasting. I'm the root of Mexican Revolution. Oh, okay. Well, Jim, I think Montezuma's Revenge just got you there, Jib, for spamming the chat. Thank you. There you go. I can't, like, deal with all the spamming of the same thing 20 plus times. Not going to deal with it. But anyway, that's the show for tonight. Take care. Have a great